Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is gonna be the first video. Yeah, so today I'm gonna be talking about this unhinged book I read. And I mean unhinged in a good way. I love drama. I love books where there is exclusively so much drama going on. Nobody's a good character, everybody's weird, everybody's done bad shit and they're doing bad shit. Yeah, I love that. I love reading it. I love watching movies like that also, where everything is just like a huge hot mess. Yeah. So I just done with my final exams theory, and it's like, oh, I need something, I need the drama in my life. So it's like, oh yeah, let me just, just read this completely unhinged book. So I went through the books I saved on Pinterest to just read whenever, and I found this one. It's called The Girls Are Also Nice Here by Laurie Elizabeth Flynn. You can't actually see it because it's flipped, but yeah, whatever. It's so much drama. I loved it. I have never wanted a character to go to prison so bad. I mean, I have read like half of Hunting Adeline. So I mean, yeah, I have never wanted a female character to go to prison so bad. I wanted to put her in jail because I was like, oh my god, what is this lady doing? Like, how could she be so bad? But then I was like, I'm here. I wanted the drama, and this is exactly why I'm here. Alright, so let me introduce the characters, and I'm sorry if you can't see them. Okay, first we have our main character. Okay, first of all, let me begin that this book is put to set in two timelines. Okay, whatever. So the first part is when this lady, she goes to college basically. So it's set in the early 2000s, I think 2007. Yeah. So yeah, it's set in 2007, and then it's like 10 years later or 15 years later or something like that. So like modern day, right? So we have our main character whose name is Ambrosia Wellington. Yeah, and everybody hates the name. Like, her name is the only weird name, and she calls herself Amb, which again I hate. Because okay, see, if your name is Ambrosia and you want to abbreviate it, what Rose or something, but whatever. And then you have Sloane Sullivan, and her nickname is Sully, which again I don't understand. Like, your name is Sloane, it's not that bad, good, but whatever. And then we have Flora, right, who is Ambrosia's what do you call it, roommate. Yeah, that's Ambrosia's roommate. And this is Kevin, he's Flora's boyfriend. And yeah, if you can see it, it's just a generic picture of a frat boy. Yeah, and also I know this is from Clueless, but Flora really gives off that vibe. She's described to be this preppy, sort of cheerful, sweet person. I feel like, yeah, Clueless is that. And then you have Adrian, and this is current day characters, okay? These are the main ones. There are other characters, but yeah. It's Adrian, Ambrosia's husband. He's like your generic man. It's a normal straight man. He's not too bad, not too good, And this Poppy, this is Flora's sister, and she looks a lot like Flora. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. She looks a lot like Flora, and she dresses like Flora. This is Billy. Billy is Ambrosia's childhood best friend, and she's always, I picked a person who is texting because that's their main mode of communication throughout the book. They just keep texting each other details, and it's so it's kind of wild. And this is Detective Felty. He's on to something, okay? He's an important character, but not too important. He doesn't drive the plot forward, he's just there. menacingly like looming. Yeah. This is Lauren. Um, she is one of like the main side characters, and I love her. Okay. I love the person I chose for this picture. She's on Instagram. Her name is Michaela Cothran. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry if I butchered the pronunciation. It's kind of hard, right? And she just really does these like cool Y2K inspired clothes. I really like it. I really love all of her videos. She's just so fun. So I picked her picture. I'm gonna put the name of the channel like in the description. It's on Instagram. So yeah, you should check it out. Okay. Anyways, Lauren, you kind of have to remember her. She's not that big. I mean, she is there. Okay, she's one of the main suspects. Excuse me. And like she's described, because this is set in like the early 2000s, like late 2000s. Isn't late 2000s just 2010? You know what? It's set during the 2000s, like 2007. So you know all of the ultra skinny like anorexic girls were like really popular, right? If there still are now, you know. But still, um, so Lauren is like this, just explicitly described to be overweight. So just I guess normal looking for them, because I distinctly remember. I mean, I don't remember being then because I was 3. I mean, I had just arrived on this planet, so yeah. But I remember seeing like newspapers and stuff, and then they were like, oh my god, and magazines and stuff. Basically, they were like, oh my god, such an overweight woman, and it's just like a normal lady, whatever. So yeah, but I still love her. You guys should check her out. And this is Hattie and Heather. They're just these two sort of like background, like token best friends. Like they don't have any purpose. They're always like Hadley and Heather. There's just no differentiation between them. That's why this is them. And then okay, so this slide is just specifically for me. Okay, I did not know that the university that this book was set in actually existed. Wesleyan, whatever this name is, Wesleyan. Sorry for the pronunciation. It's kind of exotic. Okay. So I didn't, and then when I googled, I was like stock photos for universities, and then I found this. I was like, what? And then I like googled it. I was like, okay, the university actually exists, and let me see if the dorm room exists, like the dorm building or whatever. It was specifically called Butterfield's C, and throughout the book she just abbreviated to Butsy, and I was like, oh my god. It was kind of funny for me because like low-rise jeans were at its peak, and I have owned a few pairs of low-rise jeans, and I don't, and they're not good for me. Okay, I'm somebody who sits down a lot, and everybody knows what happens when you sit down and then you get up in low-rise jeans. Just no, right? So Butterfield C is an actual dorm building. Okay, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. And yeah, it's like a real learning moment for me. And I'm not from America, okay? So don't come after me and be like, oh, I wouldn't know it existed. No, I didn't. I don't know anything about your country. Anyways, so let's begin, right? So we have Ambrosia here, right? She's married to this guy, Adrian, okay? This is set in like the present time, right? And one thing okay, Ambrosia is like the sole breadwinner of the house. She's the only one who has a job, right? And Adrian is writing some sort of like mysterious book. He dropped out of college and he's like, I'm writing this famous book and I'm gonna be so famous and whatever, you know the type. And so he's just like, oh yeah, I'm writing this book, so and it's coming. And since he has met her, he has not written a single word, right? Still, it's coming, y'all, it's coming. So one thing about Adrian is he's kind of sloppy. Okay, you know what? Let me just. Okay. So this book begins with like this incredibly like intense paragraph about how Ambrosia and this other unknown person who we in the future will know is Sully, right? It's like, oh my god, everybody loves me, everybody loves us, we're so hot, we're so sexy, everybody wants us. And when I walk on the halls, I don't know how many people have been inside me and how many haven't. It's so much. I love the thrill, I love the chase, I love being alive, I love being free, I control everybody. And I was just like, yeah, okay, this is intense, this is something. I know it was juicy, so it's like, okay, let's go. And then it was like cut present day, right? So the book begins with like Brosia coming home tired, and the door is open. The door to the apartment is open because Adrian forgets to close it. And I would never like this. That genuinely terrified me. And then the book had a line saying that sometimes I don't know if I'm his wife. Oh wait, I'm his wife or his mother. And I was like, okay, I feel bad for this lady. You know, I genuinely feel bad for this lady because, yeah, obviously I felt bad for her because that is something everybody can sympathize with. I have been single my entire life, but I can sympathize with that. I mean, I've totally seen it. I was like, okay, I feel bad for her, right? And I have never, okay? So I was like, okay, strong start. I am on Ambrosia's side. And it turns out that I shouldn't have been. But I love being wrong when it comes to reading books. I love the messy drama, so we can get into it, right? And so basically what happens is Ambrosia gets an email for her reunion, okay? And she's just like, oh my god, never gonna go back there. It's just so horrible. I'm never gonna go back there because things happened to me. People hated me so bad. Yeah, and I was just like, you know what? As a person who is hated in my college, it's just like, yeah, I'm on your side, you know? And then we have like a few more kind of introductory chapters where basically Adrian is kind of weird, but he's just, you know, a white straight man or just a straight man. You know, they're not really that different across countries, right? So these two have been trying for a baby, okay? They've been trying for a baby, but she doesn't want to be a mom, so she just never stopped taking her birth control pills. And she's just like, he's like, oh my god, we're gonna have a baby soon, maybe we just keep trying, but then they don't have sex. And I mean, I say that, but they don't sleep together. And she's still on birth control, and he doesn't know. So it's like this whole thing, right? And she has regular meetups with Billy, and Billy is like a mom of two, and she's like an Instagram person. Like she vlogs her life on Instagram, you know, the Instagram moms, right? She's always like, yeah, you gotta have kids, and I hate the word so I'm just gonna call her Ambrosia, okay? Suck it, right? And then we get a few like chapters from her like point of view in college. Like she just entered college, yeah, and then in high school she just desperately wanted to be like this popular girl, okay? She just desperately wanted to be popular and she wanted to be loved super bad, right? And she had this boyfriend, his name was like Matt or something, and then he cheated on her. Like those two had like a special connection, and she just really liked him, and then he cheated on her. So she's like really insecure about that. And she meets Flora on her first day, and Flora is this really sweet girl. Like, you know, your stereotypical nice girl, your stereotypical nice sweet girl, okay? She is really soft spoken, she's so nice, she keeps her room nice and clean, which I tell you, so important to have in a college, okay? Especially if you're rooming with someone. And if I had somebody like Flora, I would be best friends with her. I would be best friends with Flora. Okay, anyways, besides the point. So Flora wants to become a child psychologist, and she's just so sweet. Like she puts up little sticky notes on people's doors and writes cute little messages like be yourself, be happy, just sweet little things. And she's just super nice. And then she befriends Ambrosia, and then she's like, oh yeah, Ambrosia, we're gonna be best friends for basically ever, because everybody, my mom's friends with her college dormmate, and she's just, they have such a nice bond, and I want to have that with somebody. So she goes and then she makes like hot chocolate for her all the time, and then she gets them like these two matching mugs. One says best and friend. Okay, and she takes her everywhere. Like they're just so sweet and nice together, right? I love Flora. Anyways, so these two live in a dorm room called Butterfield C, which is abbreviated to Butsy. And yeah, that's one of the funniest thing I've heard in my life. It's one of the funniest things, right? So on the first night they have like this get together, right? So that's when Ambrosia sees Sully, and when she sees her, she's instantly like, oh my god, that is the coolest, most popular girl I have ever seen in my life. Okay, and I want to befriend her, but Sully doesn't look at her. Okay, Sully is like, she tries talking to her, but whatever. And okay, one thing you have to know is that Lauren and Sully are roommates. And Lauren, okay, Ambrosia, she's from this like supposed small town, right? So she's just like, oh my god, I'm from a small town and I really don't want people to know that. And Lauren is from a small town, and she's just like trying to bond with Ambrosia, and Ambrosia is just so snooty, and she's just like, oh my god, that girl is so ugly and I don't want to talk to her. I want to be like myself. I want to be like this. I want to be like that. And I was just like, okay, sure, whatever. And one thing you have to know is that Ambrosia, when she comes to college, she notices like a huge change. Basically, in her old school, people like flaunted bag, like designer labels, like the clear like a shirt with like Gap or Supreme on it, I know, and Louis Vuitton bags and everything. And when she comes here to college, it's like people are more subtle about it. People are more subtle about it. People are more like on the low, and she's just like, okay, so that's what's different, and I gotta change. So she kind of flips herself around a little bit, right? And Flora like instantly becomes friends with everybody, and then she drags Ambrosia kind of around, but Ambrosia is just like, no, I want to be with the cool kids. So she's trying to impress Sully and the boys, basically. So there's like this freshers party, okay, and all of the girls from Butsy, like basically that dorm room, there's like a bunch of other girls like Clara and stuff, but yeah, basically the other girls and all of them, they go to this like freshers party, and basically Ambrosia is like hiding her Louis Vuitton bag, and she's just like, oh no, I can't really show this here because then she leaves the bag, she drops the bag on the floor and she just leaves it there. Okay, so you don't want to use it, it's still an expensive bag, like take it home with you, give it to your sis, give it to your mom, like do sell it. Oh my god, that pissed me off so bad. Anyways, so she's over here, and she notices Sully, right? Sully is like kissing somebody's boyfriend, and everybody's like, oh my god, that's somebody's boyfriend. There's this whole thing, right? And she's like, oh my god, she's so cool, I want to be her, I want to be like her, right? So some amount of time passes, basically, and she befriends Sully like through serious, like there's various like parties, and then Sully always comes, and then she's just like, hey, I want to have fun with these, I know you want to impress them, and then she's just like, no, I don't want to impress boys. She's like, who's talking about boys? And no, you want to impress girls. And at this point I was just like, a little bit, but no, and thank god, I don't want any gay people getting in this drama. Anyways, so Sally and her, they go to like various college parties, and then Sally's like, oh, go sleep with that dude, oh, let's steal that guy. So what one of these main tricks that they do is that they steal a guy's phone, and then they open his phone, and then they see how many girls he's texted, and then they text one of the girls, and they're like, come over, I love you so much, just to mess with them. Or they do this thing where they just text like a bunch of other girls, and all of them, he asks them to come at the same time, and it's like, oh, I'm just having fun, these boys, they deserve it. And yeah, they deserve it, but the attitude of these two girls is like kind of rancid. There's a rancid vibe, I hate that word, but there's such a rancid vibe with these two, and they're so mean. Okay. And then these two do like a lot of coke, they sleep with other people's boyfriends, they literally do dares. They're like, okay, see that there's this one scene where Sully sees a guy, right, and he's like pretty long distance, like he has a girlfriend, and then they do long distance basically. And yeah, so Sully was like, yeah, Amrosha, go sleep with that guy, make him cheat on his girlfriend, because men are cheaters, and she'll find out and it'll be better for her. And it's like, what? So Amrosha does that, and then in her head it's like revenge for the girl who, she's just like, oh, I got cheated on with, so this is like revenge, and like, what? Okay, so Sully is like a lot more evil than Ambrosia. I mean, both of them are kind of evil, but Ambrosia is like, no, Sully is like evil, okay? So Sully hates Flora, like absolutely hates Flora. She's just like, oh my god, she's so nice, she's so pretentious, like nobody can be that nice. There's something wrong with her, there's something inside her that is rotten, and you will see it, the world will see it. She's not that perfect, she's insecure, and then there's something wrong with her, and I hate nice girls. And then Ambrosia, who's like desperate to please Sully, she's just like, yeah, there's something weird with Flora. Where Flora is like literally trying her best. Okay, one more thing about Flora, right? So Flora has been dating her boyfriend Kevin from high school. They're pretty tight. They're pretty like, he studies in another university, Dartmouth, okay, which is a weird name to give a university, really, Dartmouth. And then some people are like, no, it's Dartmouth. Then don't put the U or don't put the O, it's mouth, okay? Med student, I know the spelling of mouth when I see it. Okay, sorry for that, that was a bad joke. Anyways, so these two, she's so nice, you know, she's just trying to wake up at a reasonable time, study to become a child psychologist. She's dating this guy, and then it's cute and whatever, like she wants to kind of wait till marriage. And I know, yeah, that actually is pretty important. It does come up, and it's kind of sad. Anyways, so yeah, this guy is like a generic frat boy, you know. He's rancid, but really, like, this sweet nice girl is dating this random guy, okay? Anyways, so Ambrosia has seen a picture of Kevin, but then it was Kevin when he was young, so like 15, 14, you know, like acne and like scrawny and everything. So Ambrosia is like, oh yeah, he's not even cute, so it's fine. It's fine that Flora has an ugly boyfriend, because you know what? Flora is so pretty, so at least she should have an ugly boyfriend, you know? Anyways, so now we get introduced to these characters, and then it like steeps in that these two are best friends and horrible, and then they don't even like, okay, self-serving people, don't really like each other, party animals. This woman, Sully, she's smart, okay? So she doesn't even really need to study. She just like parties all the time, and then sleeps with whomever, does a lot of coke, is mean to people, body shames people, but she still gets A's. And Ambrosia needs to study. Also, Ambrosia, she wants to become an actress, okay? Right? So while this is steeping in the present day, basically she was like, I'm not gonna go to the reunion, and then she gets like a handwritten letter, and it's like, it's time to finally own up to what you did, or it's time to finally address what you did. And then, oh my god, like, hmm? Let me drink some water. Sorry about that. And it's so mysterious because, yeah, she has done a lot of messed up stuff. So what could it possibly be, right? So she's just like, no, I don't want to go, but I have to go now. I really have to go, you know. So, and also now that Adrian has seen her thing, the letter, so she just kind of has to go. And also, she told Adrian that she was just like this girl who just kept her head down and studied in college. Like, she didn't even go out that much. She was just like a low-key nerd, you know, like an antisocial nerd. And he's just like, oh babe, you're so cute, I want to see the library and all those books you hang out with. And then she just like, oh my god, he's gonna talk to my classmates and he's gonna know everything that I did. My things is about to come out. So this woman, she's balding. Like, the stress is getting to her. She's what I think, according to Kat, she must be like in her 30s. So yeah, straight up, she's stressing. She cannot sleep. She cannot eat. She's just exercising because she wants to become thin. Because, and yeah, and she's just like, yes, it's gonna be horrible. Okay. Again, now we go back to this timeline, right? So these two continue to be horrible, and Ambrosia, she's just inside, deep down inside, like every other human, we all want to be loved, not romantically sometimes, you know, sometimes platonically. We just all want to be seen, you know. So this woman, she's really looking, okay, but then she's like pretending. She's just like, no, I don't care. I really don't care. I'm such a player, you know. I'm such a player. So she regularly hooks up with this guy called Hunter and everything. She's like, I don't care. I use these boys and I throw them, but inside she's just like, I just want somebody to see me. I want somebody to love me. I just want somebody. Okay? Right? So, all this. So one day, in the library, she sees this man. Okay. She meets this man. They talk about this poet called John Donne, or Doon, some poet. Okay, and she was like, oh my god, he loves me. Oh my god, I've never connected with a man so much. I have never ever connected with a man so much. And he says to her, he's just like, you're beautiful. And she's just like, she latches onto that word so quickly. She's just like, beautiful? He called me beautiful? All I've ever wanted is to be beautiful. People call me hot, people call me this, people call me that, but I've only ever wanted to be beautiful, which again, kind of valid, but it was such like an intense thing. She was just like, he called me beautiful, and he gives her his email ID, and he's just like, call me, yo, okay, and just call me. And no, sorry, just email me and we can talk about this Dune fella all night long. And she's just like, hey, sure. And then she heads out. She texts her friend Billy. Okay, where's Billy? Yeah, she texts Billy and she's like, I met this guy. He's so hot. He called me beautiful, and he had that boyish smile and that old money rich boy outfit, and I love him. And she goes back to her room and she sees Flora giggling with this man. And Flora's like, hey girl, have you met my boyfriend Kevin? So we all know Kevin is a horrible person. obviously. Like, what the hell? And then Kevin is like, oh my god. And then Flora's like, oh my god, yeah, have you met? Like, I told you about Ambrosia. You know, we're just such good friends. She says amp. They all say amp, but I'm not saying amp. What is amp? Like ambience? It's definitely not Ambrosia. Anyways, it's like, and then this girl, Flora, she's super nice. She told her sister Poppy about Ambrosia. She's just like, the girls are all so nice here, especially my roommate Ambrosia. She's so sweet, she's so fun. Okay. And then Kevin's like, oh yeah, tell me about Ambrosia. And then this woman, she's seething. So many complicated emotions run through this woman. And what does she goes to Sally and she's just like, so, you know, they do their nightly game of let me go sleep with whatever guy I find, let me do some coke and everything. And then she's sad. She's kinda dumb. She's just like, can't believe it. The man who called me beautiful is my roommate. The girl who considers me her best friend, the girl whom I hate, the girl who I'm jealous of, it's her boyfriend. So you know what this woman decides to do? She emails him. And then they start talking, right? And then, okay, on this email and talking thing happens over like the span of a few days. But so these two were at a party and then they kind of get separated and this woman comes back to her dorm and then she like pretends to be asleep and late at night she hears them giggling from the other side of the room. Okay, and she's just like, oh my god, Flora and Kevin are getting some. It should have been me. It was so awkward. Yeah, all weird. Right? So, what happens is that this woman starts corresponding with this man, with this cheater of a man. She like talks to him, and then over the months, like she's still doing the partying and the coke and everything, and she's still kind of being fake friends with Flora, okay? And she's still talking to this man, like all of this is happening, and she's just like, I have never connected with a man like this before. He's so nice. I feel so free. And she just concocts like a version of herself, and then she's just like, oh no, my laptop. Okay, wait, just a second. She concocts this like version of herself, and she's just like, yeah, this man, he also loves me. He wants me. And Flora's such a horrible, controlling, selfish girlfriend because you know what? She wants him to call her all the time. She wants to text him because they're doing long distance. And Flora's just so insecure and she's so possessive and controlling of this man. And she always asks who he's with. And this man didn't want to become a lawyer, but his family forced him to because they're all lawyers and they're so rich and they need somebody to handle their firm. He wanted to do English literature, but Flora could never understand that. Flora's a horrible bitch who's self-centered, and Ambrosia's the one for him. So Ambrosia just gets that all into her head and she's just like, I want this man so bad. I want him so bad. And Sally notices that and she's just like, hey, you want that guy, but guys are trash. Guys are all trash. And then she's like, yeah, no, but I kind of want him. So Sally's like, okay, bet you want him? I'll get you him. What? At this point, I was like so invested. I was like, this girl, she's so shitty. everybody's so shitty, and I'm living for this drama. I'm living for this drama. Okay. So this is when plot becomes a little darker. I kind of don't like it. After this point, it's not kind of juicy and hee fun. After this point, it's just makes me. This is the point where I was like, these two should go to jail. These two should go to jail. Everybody should be in jail, except for this woman and maybe this man, because he's harmless. He's straight, but he's harmless. Anyways, so this Kevin guy, he mentions that there's a party, okay, at his frat in Dartmouth. So these two, they're like, let's go to the party. So it was like Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's Thanksgiving, and Flora wasn't going home, right? So and she's just like, Ambrosia, I want to spend some time with me. Then this woman, she's like, no, I'm going home. We have this like apple picking tradition, and whatever, I kind of don't want to miss it, so I'm going home. And she says that then Sully's like, pops into their room, and she's just like, okay, you want to head out? And then this woman, she's just like, she's just like kind of sad that she's like, oh, you're picking Sully, you're not picking me. But it's okay, you guys have fun, happy holidays. And then she's just like, yeah, and then these two book it and then go to his frat. They meet him. He was so unhinged, like he was so random, right? And then this woman kind of lost. Sully disappears for some time, then they meet up with him, and then they go back, right? And now, after coming back from this trip, Ambrosia's like, I want him even more. So Sully's like, yeah, okay, Flora, we need Flora out of the picture. So first we need to convince this dude that Flora is kind of not faithful. Okay, this is in the party, sorry. In the party, Sully is kind of, okay, Ambrosia kind of hints that this hunter fellow who this woman once used to hook up with is actually hooking up with Flora. So this guy's like, oh my god, so the seeds of doubt have been planted, right? So these two are kind of concocting. So now there's this huge Halloween party that is happening, right? So what happens is these two start fighting, Flora and Kevin, and Flora's like sad because she's like, oh my god, my boyfriend. She's super sad, and then she's just like, she tells her story. Basically, her parents are divorced, and her mom had like a teen pregnancy, and she married her dad, and it wasn't really that good, so they kind of broke up, and then it's just horrible, and it silences, and it's like a broken family kind of. So she is really close with her sister Poppy, and she just really wants to be happy. And then she's like, oh, I thought Kevin, he's kind of close, and I don't know why he's behaving like this. He suspects me of cheating. I would never do that to him. And Ambrosia over there, she's just like, oh my god, okay, Flora's super insecure, but get over it. We're all insecure. I was cheated on once. Like, it's not even that bad. Okay. Flora is horrible. She's still possessive. She's removing her broken home trauma on Kevin, and she shouldn't do that because Flora is absolutely evil. Flora is evil and she deserves to burn in hell. So basically, these women, these horrible women, what they do is that they get dressed for this Halloween party, these two, and then Flora is kind of sad. She was doing this couple's costume with Kevin, but Kevin says that he can't come because they've been fighting. Right? He's just like, I'm not coming with you. They're just there's some tension over there. So he's sort of like, no, okay, he's a man, he's a horrible man. Like, girl, leave him. Girl, leave him. Let's go to this party together. Like, let's have fun. And Flora over there, she's kind of going through it. Okay. Normally, sweet Flora, she's kind of like this girl who doesn't really go out to parties. She likes to, sit back, watch a movie, kind of type, especially not the kind of parties these two have been attending. Okay, there's literally a party where everybody's naked and these two attend. Not saying that's weird, but like, yeah, it's weird. Like, and then they just do coke all the time. I mean, even I wanna try some, but like, wanna try some as in like, I wanna do weed maybe once. But even I'm not sure about that. Like, if somebody right now offered me weed, I would not take it. But if I was like at the peak of exam stress, I would take it. But anyways, again, really decisions. Flora, darling, she's going through it. Okay, they dress up as sexy Disney princesses, which again is a choice. And then they go to this party and everybody gets smashed. Like, they get super drunk. Flora never gets that drunk, and she's just all flirty and weird, and she's just hugging the girls, and she's just like, oh my god, I'm having the best night ever. Okay, and the girls are like, yeah. So now what we have to do is we have to make her cheat. So you know what they do? They talk to 3 other dudes, go to their house, and now because Flora is drunk, she can't really consent, but this guy has been flirting with her, so he sleeps with these 3 of them, sleep with the other 3 guys. And like over here, Flora, remember, she, first of all, that is assault. That is sexual assault. She was drunk. She didn't give her consent. Okay? So the next day when she wakes up, this woman, horrified. She is horrified. Okay? She's like, I can't believe I did that. I didn't want to do it. I never wanted it. Even when they're doing it, like all 3 of them hooked up with the guys, like in the same room, like on separate couches or whatever. I don't even know the logistics of that. And then Ambrosia noted that Flora didn't make a sound. She thought for 2 seconds that Flora, she heard Flora crying, but it was whatever. Right? And she's like, okay, whatever. So what happens is, Flora's really going through it. She's so sad. Ambrosia notices that Flora doesn't go out anymore. Flora doesn't do her nails anymore. Flora isn't sweet. There are no sticky notes on people's doors. Flora is super sad. People notice it. They ask her, and she's like, oh yeah, it's fine. I'm just, And then she tells Ambrosia, she tries to tell Ambrosia that the other day we didn't kind of really want it. And then Ambrosia, she's just like, I've been cheated on. I hate people who cheat. I hate Flora. That wasn't really a good thing. That wasn't such a nice thing. Flora's devastated. She's just so devastated. She's just like, oh my god, something really bad is happening to me. Now we cut back to present day. Ambrosia goes to the reunion at this college, and our favorite college dropout Adrian says that, oh my god, if I had been to this college, maybe I would have finished college and not dropped out. Which, yeah, King, me too. I would have specifically failed to stay in this campus for whatever, because my college just isn't it. Okay, right? So now that stuff some heavy stuff. So we're gonna do some light filler stuff basically, okay? And so they attend the, you know, the reunion. This woman Ambrosia, she's off the entire time. She's just off. Adrian notices. He talks to our queen Lauren, and these two generic women, Hadley and Heather, yeah, are also there with their husbands, and all of the husbands are like kind of together and they want to do this bar thing, and then all of the ladies are like, oh yeah, you know your wife, she was just quite the party girl back then. But then they get to know that Flora, we as the audience, we get to know that Flora is dead. How is she dead? Then we find out that Ambrosia had been getting notes from all of the girls in school saying that she killed Flora, that she's the one who killed Flora and everything, and it was this huge thing. And then this guy's like, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? And she's just like, no, she's like my roommate. I really didn't want to talk about it. It was kind of sad for me. And he's just like, there's a lot I don't know about you, and that kind of scares me, but whatever. Okay, they're going to the reunion. Vibes are super off. You meet Sloan. Sloan is also there. Okay, they have like this on campus. There were two options. You can either stay on campus or you can stay off campus. This woman didn't really want to spend a lot of time on campus because she's like, oh my god, traumatic memories, they're gonna follow me. So let's just stay in a hotel outside. And she lies to Adrian and says that, okay, yeah, there weren't any rooms available in the dorm, so we're gonna have to stay outside. And Duke's like, yeah, sure. But then when they go to check in on the reunion, like the beginning of the reunion week or the reunion event or whatever, they're like, oh no, you've been assigned this room, Fergus Hall, I don't know, whatever, some hall, Foss Hill, yeah, Foss Hill, and your roommate is Sully. And she's like, oh my god, I didn't really ask for that accommodation. And then this guy's like, oh yeah, no, it's okay, it's gonna be fun. We meet Sully. Sully is instantly, you know how Sully is a serial cheater. She loves home wrecking people. Instantly latches onto this dude. This woman, vibes are fully off. She's just like, I want to return to my old life where I just hate on Adrian and I just hate on everybody, and she's just getting all of these intense flashbacks. And now we as the audience, we find out that Flora is dead, and they have this sort of like mental health awareness society camp thing in the honor of Flora, run by Flora's sister Poppy, who is hosting the event because she was also an alumni of this college. And then she looks exactly like this woman, so she is getting traumatic flashbacks. She's just like, oh my god, that is Flora, my head, so much trauma. Like, she's really pretending like she's the victim here. She's just like, it's not my fault. And the entire time she's doing things like this to Flora, she's just like, perhaps this is me exacting revenge from, like, this is the universe's way of balancing things out, because Flora was perfect, right? Flora was perfect things, right? So now we cut back. Now we come to the day of how Flora actually died, right? This is one thing we've all been waiting for. I was waiting for it. Like, Flora died, my baby died, because I really liked Flora, okay? I would have been such good friends with her, I could see it. Actually, I had boys friends. Back then even I was jealous of her. I was like 12 and I was like, this girl is so perfect. But I genuinely never wished her any ill. I was just like, oh my gosh, she's so perfect. And then I had a tiny crush on her, and it was this whole thing. Okay? You know how you see someone and you're like, I cannot believe you're so perfect. And you don't know if you just want to like be them or be with them. Yeah, anyways, so my hair. So when Flora was intoxicated and she was on the dance floor with that horrible idiot, disgusting ape. No, it's her better. Or whatever, that disgusting trash bin who assaulted her. But before that thing happened, when they were on the dance floor, this horrible, disgusting woman takes a picture of those two together. And then this guy, he comes over, and then she's kind of going through it, right? So, like, it was another party, New Year's Eve or something, I'm not sure. And this guy comes over for the party, and then these two still kind of not on good terms, right? So Flora, she's on a dance floor, she's kind of dancing and everything, and then this woman shows him the picture of Flora getting and he's just like, oh my god, she cheated on me, I love you, Ambrosia, I need some time, but I will come to you. Let me hash it out with this woman. Let me hash it out with Flora. And Ambrosia's ecstatic. She's just like, this man is just 2 steps close. Just need Flora out of the picture and I can get with him. So close. I'm so close to getting what is mine. So on the night of the party, Flora's super drunk, and she's just like, this guy is trying to talk to her, but she's just like, leave me alone, you're not gonna understand, you don't understand what is going on, there's something wrong with me, you don't understand, and I did not cheat on you, I'm trying to tell you, it wasn't like that, right? And this man, he's trying to be aggressive, and she's just like, leave me alone, and she's, some people had to intervene actually, like around the party member, the people who were at the party were just like, dude, let her go, okay? So Flora leaves the party, goes back to her dorm room, she's sobbing, she's sad. This woman, she's like, she goes to this guy, right, and he's just like, I need some time to figure myself out, I need some time to figure this out, okay? And then he's just over there, she starts talking to some people, and then Sally comes over with this dude's phone. And she's just like, wanna mess with them? This woman's like, sure, give me the phone. She sees the phone, she opens the phone and she sees text messages from Flora, right? She sees text messages from Flora, and Flora texts, can you come to my dorm room? I really don't feel well. Then this woman texts, no, I'm not coming. And then she's just like, please, I'm scared, I feel like I might do something, I don't know, please, can you come over? And then she pretending to be Kevin, she's just like, no. And Flora's like, please, I think I'm gonna kill myself, please come over, I need somebody to talk to. And Ambrosia, as Kevin, says, do it then, keep your mouth shut, okay? And then she's so angry, she puts Ambrosia, she gives the phone back to Sully, and Sully like cleans it off and then puts it back in this dude's pocket or something, I don't know, gives it back to him. And Kevin doesn't know, he's just like drinking, he's like, yeah, he's sloshed, and then she's angry. She's like, how dare Flora emotionally manipulate him, this is what girls do, this is why we get such a bad rap, that whenever we have a fight, and then it's all our fault, like Flora totally cheated, Kevin is innocent, and now she's trying to manipulate him by saying that she wants to kill herself, she's so horrible. Oh, okay, sorry about that. so horrible. I hate her. She's such a mean bitch, right? Then everybody, she's like, I hate Flora. And then Sully's all like, yeah, even I hate Flora, right? And so I'm like, 5-10 minutes later, these two smash in a bathroom. Hmm? And she knows in her head that she always wanted this ambrosia. She wanted this to be like a super big moment for herself. And she's just like, oh yeah, I'm finally gonna sleep with somebody who I like, so it might be different. It might feel different instead of icky like it normally does. And I like the aftermath where they actually kind of hold me close, which I really want. But then it's nothing like that. It's the same. He's just like every man, and she comes out of it. He leaves. She meets up with this woman, and she's just like, oh, are you finally done? Did you get him out of your system? We can go back to just being us again, right? And these two head back to the dorm room, and they see that there's a lot of ambulances parked there. All the girls are near the ambulance and they're sobbing, they're crying, right? And then they're like, what happened? What happened? And Ambrosia sees the medics taking Flora away on a stretcher. They're like, Flora is dead. She committed suicide. Yeah, so that's what happened. And then the aftermath, basically there were like some protests. Okay, the aftermath is okay. The aftermath is pretty messy, kind of. The entire everybody, they found the text messages between Ambrosia, who was pretending to be Kevin, and Flora, and they were like, yeah, Kevin totally did this. And then they were like, they even though they were like, she did this to herself, it's not his fault, because they were like, yeah, white men. But then a lot of the college kids, they're just like, no, he did this to her, he egged her on, they kept having fights, like, no, this is his fault, he did this. They're like, this was like the inside. If he had come, if the fights were there, we saw them fighting in the dorm rooms and in the party and everything, right? And Kevin gets away with it, right? He says that, okay, I'm not guilty, I didn't send the text messages, but I'm sorry of the way I treated her, and I'm sorry about that, but I didn't send those text messages. It just releases a statement. His family is full of lawyers, they get him out of it, right? So now in comes Detective Felty. He knows there is something up with Ambrosia. He just knows, okay? Because he also had a daughter who's kind of in a similar situation, who was bullied by the girls. He sees Ambrosia and Sully, and he's just like, yeah, these two definitely had something to do with it. So first of all, Ambrosia and Sully, they kind of mesh up their story, they cover up their tracks. They're like, there's no way they can track it back to us, right? So Detective Felty questions these two, and this woman, she moves on with her life. She moves on, doesn't really change anything for her. She just finds a new medium to control. She finds new parties to go to. Like, life moves on for her, but she's just like, yeah, Ambrosia's the one who killed Flora. Ambrosia was the one who did this. So she keeps getting nasty notes. People don't befriend her. Detective Felty is after her. She feels weird, and there are a lot of protests for like Flora's death in on the campus, but she doesn't really participate in that, and the other girls are like, what is wrong with you? She was your roommate, like, you saw her more. Flora considered you to be her best friend. She loved you most. And then she's just like, oh, I just don't really think something's gonna come out of it. I'm so sad. Then they were like, the others are just like, there's something definitely up with this girl. We don't like her. So she's completely alone now, and the next year she gets transferred to these two with Hadley and Heather, and she becomes friends with them, and then life moves on. She's just occasionally haunted by those thoughts, right? So now, present day, now that we know all of this horribleness, uh, yeah, present day, reunion time, basically all the other girls, everybody just doesn't like these two, obviously. Everybody hates her more, kind of. Everybody's like, oh yeah, that's just Sully. Everybody hates Sully, but that's just how she is. We shouldn't take her seriously as a human being, as an evil person, because we've been knowing that she's evil. This woman has been masquerading to be evil all the time, you know. So basically, what happens is, Queen Lauren, she got all sexy over time because obviously she did. And she comes over here and she's like friends with Poppy and whatever, and the reunion is going on, and Detective Felty is there, and this woman, she's shit scared. She's just like, oh my god, what is happening? He's after me, he's onto me, he's gonna find me, he's gonna put me in jail. But it's not even like my fault, like it's not my fault that Flora did this to herself. Yeah, like it was like totally, but she was already sad, like, and then Sully made me do it. Sully is the horrible one. She made me do it. I wasn't the one who did it. She made me do it. She made me do all the horrible things. It wasn't me. She puts the blame on everybody but herself. And then I'm gonna tell you one more other thing. She was angry that Flora died because after she died, Kevin would never get with her. She's just like, I did this full perfectly concocted plan and I don't even get Kevin. Oh my god. Okay, but now back in the present day, Detective Fenty sees her and then she talks to him a little bit. And she's just like, he is onto me. And then this entire time, Sully and Adrian have been doing suspicious things. Sully is again dressing all alluring and enchanting and not in a nice way. She's just like very sexy and she's just like, oh yeah, you know, and everything, right? So yes, so basically that is that. And what else? Yeah. So then one day she decides to follow Sully somewhere. Like she sees Sully going out of the reunion thingy, and she's just, the rest of the people are just playing on the yard. Like, I know, they're just playing, right? So Sully goes somewhere, Ambrosia follows her, and she sees Sully get into a car, and who is in that car? Kevin. Kevin is in that car, and Sully's like suddenly like, oh my god, these two have been holding out on me. So she kind of sees them, they get into the car, they talk. Basically, three of them have been receiving the same like notes that say, I know what you did, it's time to own up and all of that. And then they're like, okay, possible suspects, Lauren, Detective Felty, and it's not Poppy. It's definitely not Poppy because Poppy is so nice. Poppy is so sweet. Flora was so sweet. Flora raised Poppy to be such a nice, sweet kid. Like, no, she would never, but her presence is definitely haunting. Then this Ambrosia is definitely still kind of into Kevin because she's just like, oh my god, he's kind of sexy though. But she's like, oh, but I have a husband. Right. So now we come to the big night. I definitely left like a lot of details out, and this isn't necessary in chronological order. I did give you all the big spoilers, but if you want like the fine details, and then you're like, oh my god, see, I told you that's what's gonna happen. You guys should go read the book. You guys should go definitely read the book. Anyways, so big night. This is the final night of the reunion, okay? It's coming. So Flora, wait, Ambrosia in the morning, she disappears, right? She goes to meet Kevin in his hotel room, and Kevin is basically like, yeah, who's gonna choose you? But Flora, she she left. She left this world, so I couldn't. I'm still desperately gonna in love with you. And also, me and Sloan slept together the entire time I knew you. Me, you thought it was me and Flora the first time you met in her room in the dark. No, it was me and Sully. Yeah, and also when you came to my college in Dartmouth to the party, I did it with Sully. Yeah, but like sleeping with Sully is like whatever. It's like not even cheating because she sleeps with but it's not. This woman, heartbroken. She's torn. She's just like, then he's just like, yeah, but no, I wanted Sully's body, but I want your mind and your body both. And then he tries to like kiss her and sleep with her, but then she says, no, I have a husband and his name is Adrian, and I just really have to go because I wasn't even your first choice in it. But then she leaves, and then Kevin is all womp womp, right? Then she goes to the bathroom, finds out that she's pregnant, and she's just like, no, my life is terrible. Can't believe I'm pregnant. Right? She goes to the party. It's a huge, huge bummer. People all hate her. They hate her, obviously. Right? Then people get like, they're giving out like cute little fun awards. They're just like, who was voted most likely to be on TV? Then she gets who's most likely to get away with murder. And then the dude who's announcing is like, oh my god, this award wasn't here before. We don't even have a trophy for you, so take these box full of the votes you got. And all of the votes are written in the exact same font, in that red, this dark red color. And she's just like shocked. And then she leaves. She goes back to her room. Then Adrian picks a huge fight with her. He's just like, I don't even know who you are. I just heard that you did all of this. There's so much. And then you're in love with that Kevin fellow, right? And then I know I found a picture of him in your book. This poetry book that you had. And I can't believe it. I can't believe that. And I'm leaving you. And she's just like, no, don't go. I'm pregnant. And he's just like, you're lying. You're lying. I don't trust you. You lied about your entire life. I thought you were so different, and now you are actually so different. I can't believe this. Then he leaves. And then she and Sully are kind of fighting, and in comes Poppy. Wait, no. She is like shocked and she's like sobbing. The door opens, and in comes Poppy, right? And Sloan right now, after telling Adrian all of Ambrosia's dark secrets stuff, she's been gone somewhere. She's been running around trying to reach Kevin for some reason. And of course this guy knows it from other people, but yeah, basically. And Poppy comes and she's like, yeah, I'm the one who called you here, and I'm the one who's gonna get this revenge for my sister. At least admit your guilt, or are you going to blame it on somebody else like you always do, you horrid woman? And then she's just like, no, Sally made me do it. And then Sally comes in and she's just like, Kevin is dead. And then Poppy tells them that, yeah, Flora was pregnant because of the assault, and she was googling it. She's trying to find out. She didn't know what to do with it. She told me, and she wanted to get advice from you, Ambrosia, because she trusted you so much and you wouldn't even talk to her. And then she didn't really want to become a teenager. She wanted to wait until marriage, and she wasn't on her terms. Nobody believed her. She tried to tell Kevin, but Kevin didn't even listen. He was all under your spell. And she didn't know what to do. She was so scared. and Flora wouldn't have done that to herself. Flora really wouldn't have done that to herself, because Flora would have left a note. She wouldn't have left things unfinished. She would have wanted us to have closure. She was in a hard place, but she wasn't going to do it by herself, right? And the night of her thing, people saw a blonde girl dressed in the party attire, running away from Patsy, and they saw you two in the bathroom. So Ambrosia keeps denying being in the bathroom with this fellow, right? She's like, no, I didn't sleep with him. I really didn't. We didn't really sleep with him in the bathroom. Like, we didn't hook up. And then Poppy was like, I know. One of you did it with Kevin, and one of you went to the dorm and you know, killed my sister, and tell me who is who, basically, right? And like, Ambrosia finally admits to her sins. She's basically like, oh yeah, it was me. I slept with him. Okay, I slept with him. But I'm sorry. I don't remember if she said sorry or not. But yeah, basically, and she was just like, then they were like, yeah. So Sully, you're the one who came to Butsy, made Flora kill herself, and then ran away and let Ambrosia take the fall for it. And then they were all like, she confesses. They're like, yeah, dude. And then Sully was like so chill about it. She's just like, yeah, it was me. So what? Okay, and then, but like, that's just Sully. Sully's just evil like that, you know. She's so evil, right? So evil. Oh, my neck hurts. Anyways, so that's that. And then Poppy, what she does is she whips out this knife, stabs Sully with it, and then Sully is like, ow, and then she dies, you know. And then as Ambrosia runs over to Sully, this woman, she screams. She's like, oh my god, she's the one who killed Sully, and then she tried to kill me. Oh my god. And everybody comes running, and then they see this woman on the floor holding the knife and clutching like the blood, and then this woman just there screaming, crying, and then she's like, oh no, Sully, I just wanted to, you know, talk about my sister on this like special day, on the reunion day that is kind of dedicated to her, because the memorial and the reunion and everything, and she just attacked me, and then she killed her because she suspected her of, you know, sleeping with her husband, and oh my god. Then Detective Felty, he's like, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this day. I knew there was something suspicious going on. So what he does, he said, yeah, I found Kevin is dead. They found Kevin's body, and you went to his hotel room, didn't you? You were the last person to go there. So you're the one who killed him. You killed Kevin. You killed Sully. And this woman, at this point, she's broken. She just admits it. Like, the evidence is completely against her, right? So she admits it. She goes to prison. Then cut to 1 year later. Adrian and Ambrosia divorced, dead, and dead. She has a daughter. He's taking care of her. Help of his grandparents. These two are kind of reluctant friends now. We get a final chapter from like Poppy's point of view, and she's just like, yeah, they got what was coming for them. And the end. That's the end. And yeah, I basically missed a lot of stuff from this, because yeah, it's a book. It was 290 pages, but it was such a fun read. I love reading about drama like this. I'm so happy Ambrosia went to prison. I'm so happy that Sully got murdered, because yeah, that girl, she had it coming. Honestly, Flora, you will be missed. you will be missed. I hope the next time I plant flowers, I think of you because Flora was such a nice girl. Happy you did, right? And I really like the floral themed like names because me and my sister are named like that. And yeah, so that was it. If I had to rate this book, and it was written well, I would give it like a 9 out of 10. Solely because I had such a fun time reading it. I always rate books based on how fun I have reading them, and this was a 9 out of 10. I loved it. I had so much fun like reading it. It was great. If you guys want to go check it out, and check it out. I'm going to say the name again. It was called The Girls Are Also Nice Here by Laurie Elizabeth Flynn. Yeah. So that was that. It's a great book and so much fun. And there's like other things that I want to kind of note, that they're like these tiny things about Ambrosia just being jealous of Flora, and there was this one specific thing I noticed, that Ambrosia and Sally kept saying that the boys meant nothing to them, but this entire book, everything Ambrosia does ever is for a man. Everything she does all the time is for a man. She's always like, oh, I don't care about men, I just use them, they don't really matter to me, you know. And then like, men are trash, men are this, men are useless, men are cheaters, but everything she does is for a man. The way she dresses, the way she speaks, or it is to impress Sally. You know, it is either one of these two motives, and I find it really interesting because then nowadays, I have met a girl like Ambrosia. I mean, not so evil as to, you know, practically murder somebody, but mainly because just people, the girls who say, yeah, men ain't shit, men are trash, but then they center men in their lives so much, and there really is something to it when you start noticing it. It is something like that, and then yeah, there is such a big difference with these like girls. When you meet them, you get to know it, that yeah, this woman really does really think about men all the time, and everything she does is for them. And also there's this one thing when it like comes to like intimacy, like, okay, I don't wanna, right? Every time Ambrosia sleeps with somebody, she just describes it as like mid. She's like, yeah, I was whatever, I only did it to impress Sally. And then sometimes she doesn't even really have to do it to a dude, right? Like, do it with a dude because they're like getting some on the clothes action and he's finished or whatever. So sometimes she's even relieved about it. So for somebody who's like such a party animal and really likes sleeping with people, I don't find that vibe in that. She's just basically doing it to fit in, but it's fitting in only in her brain, and like this version of herself that she's created to please Sally and to please the other men, basically. And there's this like really funny thing that she got an award for most likely to get away with a murder, and then like 2 hours later goes to jail for 2 murders. There's just some really good irony that is like really funny. Anyways, yeah. Okay, so there's a book. All the girls are also nice here. If you guys, I'm gonna do more of these like yapping videos because I like talking. And yeah, subscribe. So weird to say that. Like, I never thought I'd be saying that because I used to make funny for people. No, funny for people, fun of people. And also, if my English has been weird, I don't care. Deal with it. Right? So, subscribe, leave a comment down below. do not recommend me books to read unless and until I ask for it, because if you do, I will never read that book. In fact, I will, if the recommendation is unsolicited, I will go out of my way to not read that book. I know it's just like that for me. Yeah, probably gonna do more reviews. I think I read like a Black Iris, something like this, but for Black Iris I need to be more specific because the phrases were so, like, they were top tier. This was like normally written, but Black Iris was like so intense. It was like out of my emo dreams, my emo diary when I was 15, and also in Chaitanya, which was whoa, intense. And yeah, like I want to just laugh at those, right? Anyways,